Oh. Blueberry or corn? Or banana. Banana's
I think banana.
Well, I'm not a big walnut guy or any of that nonsense.
No, I think it's banana. But before we keep talking muffins, which there's not too many people other than football in the kitchen sink that can talk about just about anything. That's why it's called Football in the Kitchen Sink.
Welcome to Football in the Kitchen Sink. Get ready for in-depth conversation from the world of high school, college, and pro football. Plus some insight about the rest of the world. All this, along with some fun and humor along the way. Pull up a chair, grab a coffee or a beer. It's Football in the Kitchen Sink. Here are your hosts, Coach Schuman and Coach Depascale.
I like how he says, or a beer. Like, he's basically saying you should go to the fridge right now, get yourself something, pour it for yourself, and just sit and listen to the fellas as they talk about banana nut muffins before they talk football. So, yeah, I do like the banana muffins they make. They're good. But I'm on my diet, so I can't.
That's what I was asking. I said, dude, that's tough. That sucks. When you got significant others in the house eating and cooking whatever, and you're sitting here trying to do the right thing, and they're ripping out muffins. Like, come on, man. Like, you're a new deer trying to stand on these new legs, and they're trying to wipe them out from under you. Like, thanks a lot, buddy.
Thank goodness I have so many books back here that I can reach for.
I didn't know you were doing the show from the library today.
Yeah, not only do it for a library, but I closed my library, so it's like
you're very nice.
Zoomed in. I love people to comment on our what they think of my backgrounds.
Now, do you get comments from people through all of the ways you're broadcasting this out?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, like, I can only see the chat comments that come through StreamYard.
Yeah, but that's everything. That's like
that's all of them across the board.
Yeah, so anything live. So if someone comments something after, then I might see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, I respond. Like, there are guys that watch it for the first time. Like, I don't know. Yeah, because I saw comments on the show, and I was like, oh. I was like, a few times it's happened to me. I'm like, you get a notification.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're commenting. I'm trying to think about, like, they're commenting on it. Obviously, they're watching it. They were replaying it. And I'm trying to remember what we said. You know what I'm saying? So
right, because I forget. It's like, ultimately, like, we do a live section, but at the same time, it's still a podcast, so people can go and do it at whenever it's convenience for them, which is awesome.
Right, so I'm trying to remember what I said exactly, what you said, so I can't remember. I'm like, what was it we were talking about?
You're like,
we tangent so much. I'm like, I can't even remember half the things we're talking about.
Listen, man, that's why I keep a notebook with the stuff we've discussed, so I can always relate back to it, or just, you know what I mean? Like, wait, what were we talking about? Oh, okay, this is that. All right,
yeah. I think we're gonna have to get someone eventually to do show notes or something.
Yeah, Troy, start writing.
He can write. He just wrote something today.
Oh, nice. You're teaching him script too, right?
Not yet. I'm not teaching. No, I don't. That's why we have school. That's why we pay for school.
He still ain't learning script if he goes to school. That's removed from most curriculums.
Do they don't teach script anymore?
Absolutely not. Or geography.
Come on. Really?
Formally, like, you know how during elementary or whatever, you used to have, like, okay, penmanship time. Bam, this is what we're doing. Nope.
No.
And like, geography as well, obviously, because history, that's my world. Geography, as far as where things are, like, here's a blank map, label the states, not taught. It's supposed to be infused into your teaching in history.
Oh.
Why do you go on your phone and you just type it in, and bam, a map comes up, and this is where this is. You know how many students come up as young bucks and can't, they don't know where anything is?
Well, yeah, if you don't show them so you guys don't go anymore and show a map. And
I don't say, here's the 50 states,
right,
where each of them are. No
way.
Yeah, dude, no. As I'm teaching, You know what I mean? Like, say I'm teaching the Revolutionary War and I'm saying, oh, hey, these are the original 13 colonies. Bam, here's where they are. That's how you're supposed to infuse geography.
All right, you ready for some history quiz?
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. It stimulated me. Okay.
That didn't sound so good, but all right. Okay.
Yeah, well, not in that way.
It was like a gas station sandwich.
Yeah.
Don't get sidetracked, focus.
All right, I'm sorry, I get sidetracked. Okay. All right. First, we're going with this state. Its land mass is 1/3 of the United States. Let's start with an easy one.
Oh, Alaska.
Correct. Okay. This state. Okay. Here we go. This state's capital. What is the state capital of South Dakota? The tough one.
Is it Bismarck?
Well, one's Bismarck and one's.
How can you ask the question not know the answer? Like, I'm done.
I thought it was. Let's see.
Yeah, what are we talking about? Because this is ridiculous. Like, let's go. Here we go. What are the topics for today? Just because
I was right. I said Pierre.
All right, and you.
I said Pierre. You made me question myself.
I did not. I answered, and you had no idea.
I was thinking it's Bismarck. I'm like, I thought it was Pierre.
I hope one of those books behind you is an atlas. So
let me
just pull the atlas off the shelf. There you go. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
All right.
What we got going on?
One more. Hold on. Before we get this, one more geography question. Okay. What nation?
Oh, nation.
Yeah, this is nation.
Under God.
Can you handle nation?
Indivisible.
World history?
Let's go.
Okay. What nation was the former ancient Byzantine Empire?
Byzantine. So you're talking Middle East, Eastern Europe, that area.
Mm-hmm.
Turkey?
Correct.
Thank you.
And it kind of it does I think touch a little bit into although that might have been when they expanded, but yes, originally Turkey. Yep.
Listen, so, Turkey is the connection from Europe to Asia.
Right? Isn't that considered like
Eurasia?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Like
you're talking about like that area. Okay, that entire area is where the world started. That's where civilization started. It all kicked off there. And why that's that whole
I thought the Middle East.
Right. Middle East, that like Mesopotamia, all that stuff. You know, the two rivers. All that stuff is where everything was created. You move forward. Then you get into the religious aspect. You're talking Jerusalem and all that, fighting for the Holy Land. Like, you know, medieval times, we're talking the Crusades, basically wars that are still being fought today that have been going on medieval times with the Crusades. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about fighting for Holy Land.
Right.
That's it. The entire thing. And that little area of Turkey was the entire pathway from, you know, Europe to Asia. That's where everything has gone down since the beginning of time, pretty much.
And do you remember, and this is all over the Bible, the capital of Mesopotamia, which then basically became the capital for the long time of like kind of the biggest city like in the Middle East. Do you remember what city that was?
I do not.
Babylon.
Right.
Babylon.
But I mean, I always just found it so interesting that basically the Crusades have never stopped.
In one way,
maybe not in quote formal war, but this is a fight that's been fought since, you know, we're talking knights here.
The Middle East, there's still there's nation states, but there's still a huge amount of religious conflict. Right, bam. Absolutely.
That's what it is, man.
It's interesting how a conflict that started how religious conflict is so prevalent still today.
How much juice it still has.
Maybe just as prevalent as it was back then when there were less. Maybe because there's more religion too. And what's interesting is this, that America was really the first country to, well, not really, was the first country to allow religious freedom, where
you can do whatever you want.
You could have whatever religion you want. So
I think what a lot of times people don't even understand is we're talking countries like, the United Kingdom, France, Italy, China. These are countries that have been around for thousands and thousands of years.
Absolutely.
Spain and America is like, a
brand new.
Like we're just in the grand scheme. If you want to look at world history and start looking at dates, we are just some random country that has formed. And who's to say our way of doing things is anything? We have nothing to go on. We're not even 300 years old.
Well, our way of doing, as far as our way of doing,
like our society could fail in 100 years, and we'll be just a blip in the grand scheme of history.
Correct, right? Because the Roman Empire lasted 1,200 years, or
right, and that was and look, and that failed.
Right, how long did
you got to look at countries that have been somewhat like successful in their own ways. China, Great Britain, France, Italy, Spain. These countries have sustained
1,000 years. Roman Empire.
We're nothing, dude. Nothing.
1,000 years. When we're
going to talk about Donald Trump in 3,000. When we're 3,000 years old. Like we might not even be here, dude.
Well, yeah, because in the year 3,000. They're going to probably point to the most poignant events in American history.
But if we
are around,
that's what I'm saying. If we go down in 100 years, nobody's even going to speak of us at all.
They may not even know who we are. Well, they may. I mean, they may not, because it didn't last that. It would have lasted that long.
This place was called the United States. They thought they could do this thing called democracy, and everybody could live free. And ultimately, they ended up, killing each other.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Look, they stormed their own Capitol building, burnt it down, and that was the end of the day. Like, come on, man. They thought they could do this system where, they had these two parties and they
thought there was a thing called freedom. That you people could be free.
Right. Like
how could you have everyone be free?
We could be a joke. We could be a total joke.
But that's honestly, it's the right way. I mean, I don't see any other freedom and democracy at the way it was brilliant creation. The Enlightenment, you're a historian. The Enlightenment peaked with those ideals. That was the peak of the Enlightenment.
Right, because you can look at countries like, look, you want to talk about the Soviet Union. How long were they around? They tried communism. Did it work? Nope.
Right, and that didn't even last 50 years. Oh, God, please don't let us start going down that path.
Hey, you
just stress me out.
You can sit there and talk history.
I can talk history all day. Yeah. I could do a podcast on history with you, and just me and you talking about history and just pondering, opining on history. We're losing all our viewers, though. All right, so...
yeah, they want to hear some football.
Yeah, they want to hear some football, baby. Let's go. Okay. So, first of all, Danny White from Central Florida, who hired Scott Frost and the last couple of guys at Central Florida.
Okay.
Bobby Hurley as a basketball coach. And a couple other.
I just love hearing that name.
Yeah. So he had some huge hires. He was hired as the AD at Tennessee. And there's a lot of praises going out because they feel like this guy is not just an excellent AD, but a really good hirer of coaches in particular. So that's really interesting. And I just thought I'd bring that up. And, you know, the importance of the AD
Huge.
in a winning college football program. How important is this? Is this the key hire? Possibly. They thought when they brought back Philip Fulmer that was the move to be the AD. Is hiring a AD? Well, I'll ask it this way: what's the most important job of the athletic director in a Division I program?
Stay out of the way.
Stay out of the way. Not hiring?
You should not know an athletic director's name.
Can you name 5 athletic directors at Division I level?
Absolutely not. And that was my point. That's what I was going to reference as my point. Do you know who the athletic director is at the University of Alabama?
No, I do not.
Who wins the national championship every year?
Alabama.
Do you know who the athletic director is at Clemson?
No, I do not.
Who's in the national championship every year? Ohio State.
I do. Gene Smith.
Now, I think Ohio State is a little different because their sports all around, every sport is that national championship. I mean, you're not hearing about Clemson basketball. You're not hearing about Alabama basketball on the same level as you would, say, Ohio State.
I'll say this. I know one reason I know Gene Smith is the AD is because what happened when Urban Meyer had that controversy with Zach Smith.
That was my next point. What's the reason you know these guys, right? Like, for the most part, you probably only know his name because
DoorDash.
No, it was this was a call from California, so I really don't know. But the
DoorDash.
It is busy right now. So every
is it really?
Now, yeah, every ride right now, every order, every delivery you take right now, you get $5 extra.
Come on.
Yeah, dude, this is how it works. Anyway,
I love that.
The only reason you would know certain athletic directors, in my eyes, is because they've been in the news for putting out fires.
Like USC, you might know who their AD is depending on the year.
You'll probably know, obviously you know right now who the Tennessee athletic director is. Why? Sanctions. LSU, do you know that guy?
No. I'm trying to think of a school.
Notre Dame?
No. I can't think of a. Oh, I do know one.
I couldn't name one.
Oh, no, maybe he's retired now. Barry Alvarez, Wisconsin.
He might still be there. And why do you know him?
Because he was a football coach.
There you go. In my eyes, the role of a athletic director is to support and handle the things that would take away from being a head football coach.
And basketball. Do you think basketball?
Well, sports.
Sports.
Right?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yes.
We're gearing this towards football. So yes.
What about
what?
How important does he? Do you think his job is? I think of it like at Division I level as 2 kind of main things. Hiring the right guys so they could do their job, right?
Yes.
The third is a subset. I mean, they're always going to be putting out fires and having to solve things. That's kind of a given.
It's part of
the second, yeah, it's part of the gig. If you can't do that, you can't have the gig. The second one is fundraising.
They need to be the face. They need to go to this dinner. They need to meet. They need to be at this fundraising event. They need to go cut the tape on the whatever. But I'll tell you one thing. When we're getting fitted for championship rings, guess who gets fitted first? That guy. Guess who is there, You see, it's hard for me to look at a Division I level. I kind of resort back to our level, to high school. Like when I'm ordering polos or I'm ordering some type of gear, guess who's going to get a shirt or at least offered a shirt? You know what I mean?
Right.
If we're doing something that's outside of school, hey, why don't you, it'd be nice if you could show your face, or hey, you're invited to this. I always want to present it to them and have them make the decision whether or not to show up or not. I never want to do something without throwing an invite to those people that are above me that make decisions that could ultimately help or hinder me. And I'm also going to be extremely transparent with that guy as possible.
Right.
He needs to know everything before anyone else. And I'm obviously looking at that in terms of, say, some type of issue arises, he needs to be informed immediately. Because if he gets a call from someone other than me about something negative in my program or within my program, now we got problems.
Well, it also depends on what it is. I mean, if you're talking recruiting, absolutely.
I'm not going to run and tell him that, JoJo
is upset about something.
He's boo-boo-booing. But, if I say, hey,
most, they don't want to be blindsided by major items.
Blindside is the thing, right? Like if you get in a fight at a game and a parent calls him before you call him getting on the bus, we got a problem.
Yeah, but that might happen anyway. If in the college, that's not.
No, now obviously I'm relating it to a high school thing. Like a college,
that might happen. In high school nowadays, that could happen.
But I'm saying colleges, you have you have assistant ADs, you have people that work for him directly that are just assigned to. He may be the athletic director, but there may be another assistant athletic director. I'm sorry, am I boring you?
Well, no, I was just saying that.
Am I boring you?
I get up early, so
my God, with this excuse. It's day 3. Let's go.
Well, I didn't get up today till 7, so. But I'm all over the map. I haven't had any naps today.
All right, squirrel.
Well, what I was trying to say was this. Athletic director in college is different than high school. Very different. They may have the same name.
I don't even think they're in the same, we're talking ballpark. Now it's totally different. High school athletic directors. I mean, look, I think I've been fortunate enough to work for some good ones everywhere I've been. I just see the roles. It's just so different everywhere you go as far as what's on their plate, right? I mean, some athletic directors are also supervisors of departments. They may be in charge of, extracurricular activities at certain places. I've seen some places where they're in charge of middle school sports as well. I mean, it all depends on what size of your school, right? The number of sports in your building. I've seen guys be responsible for transportation, and then some places they're not responsible for transportation. I mean, there's a lot that goes with it depending on where you are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, well, they are the AD department is responsible for all that, but he specifically may not be handling like travel and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
So.
I mean, look, when I was at a Group 5 school, the athletic director was there, but he had a quote unquote assistant athletic director that literally just handled the transportation aspect of everything.
Right. Well, I want to stick with college because high school is different. So, okay. So I think you kind of gave me your answer, kind of.
Well, repeat the question again, and then I'll solidify it.
I don't even remember what my question was.
Maybe this is why you need to write things down, especially.
I think my question was
early onset dementia.
What? Oh, early what?
Early onset dementia. Here it comes.
Early onset dementia? No.
I think
stuff for my gut.
What's the stuff from concussions?
What's that?
There's your concussion syndrome.
Oh, what do you call it? This concussion thing?
I forget.
PSD?
I forget because it was like the primetime thing 2 years ago.
PSD?
No, CTE.
Oh, CTE. Yeah. Well, good luck to you. Good luck to Tennessee. All right, we're moving on because we spent a lot of time on that. Okay. Tennessee's boring me.
Creamsicle.
I like their unis, but I don't want to get into it. But
no. At least they switched back to Nike.
You don't like the checkerboard end zones? Awesome. Come on.
Awesome.
All right, hold on. Before we go to this next thing, your favorite looking football fields. 5 favorite.
I'll tell you my least favorite.
Okay.
Notre Dame.
Oh, why? Because it's too plain?
Those stripes in the end zone, hate it.
Hate it.
I'd rather literally have a blank end zone.
I'll tell you my favorite. Easily, hands down, the best field in all of college football is LSU's field. It has yard markers every 5.
I like the Tiger Eye at the 50.
Tiger Eye in the 50, the inspiration for the old pal Park Leone eye of the tiger on the helmet.
I will give you one that I don't think anybody would mention.
What?
East Carolina.
I haven't seen it.
Pull it up. I love how they do the state and a pirate logo right on the 50. Now, to look at and say that my top 2 fields and of things like that both have the color purple in them literally makes me want to vomit. But that is what's very attractive. I enjoy when in the national championship when Alabama has the black end zones.
Black end.
An all black end zone with just white Alabama. I think I like that. But let's see other fields. It's tough. I do like full colored end zones, but they have to be done right. So I don't need lettering in them.
All right, so I'm going to give you a couple fields. There's the eye of the tiger right behind me. Can you see it?
Yay.
Look
I will tell you one thing. I dislike playing at MetLife Stadium for championships, but we can get into that.
Okay.
Give me some fields.
So, all right. So, number one, I like LSU. And my 2 reasons are the eye of the tiger, which I think that's so unique and so cool. And then every 5 yards, they have their yard markers.
Numbers, right. And that's something that's extremely different.
Cool as hell. All right. Number 2, I think the second best field, I just had it in my head and it just went away from my head. Oh God, it's a unique feel. I can't believe I ever forgot this. Oh, Tennessee is my second favorite.
Yeah, no.
Checkerboard.
Nope.
I mean, how do you not like the checkerboard?
I just don't.
My third favorite field is the Boise State field.
I would have said that a few years ago.
Well, for uniqueness, but obviously there are others that are pretty cool. Like Eastern Washington's all red.
Red, yeah.
It was all red. So yeah, I mean, originally the blue turf 10 years ago, no doubt.
Memphis.
What's that?
Memphis
is state, the blue?
Check it out. Tiger striped end zones.
Tiger stripe end zone. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's cool. That's pretty cool. What'd you say? East Carolina?
East Carolina, baby.
Let me see that field. The purple? Ooh, purple.
Did you not hear anything I said?
Undaunted with the pirate in the middle. Yeah, that's in there, man. That's a top 5er right there.
That's cool, right?
Hell to the yeah.
I like that. Because I like that the pirate within that state. There's something about I don't think you like this, but I think Rutgers, the middle of that field should be the state of New Jersey.
What's the middle of Rutgers field? A big R?
Yeah. I think it should be New Jersey with an R. And then black end zones with Rutgers.
Black end zones would be cool. Cool. Very cool. Although it might be tough in the night playing black end zones.
Whatever. Get me lights.
Right, with red, like Scarlet Knight. Oh yeah,
With
that
a
would
white
be
outline.
What's that red? What's that with white outline?
Yeah, to make it.
That would be so cool.
Or I think they need to. I know they love the Block R, but I think they need to develop an actual Scarlet Knight mascot.
Yes.
More
like a pirate has.
Like the guy that walks around, like their physical mascot, not the goofy caricature type of person, like an actual knight.
Like Florida State has with
the Seminole.
Seminole, which is like right. Not the caricature guy.
No,
I agree.
Don't give me one of those. Give me a knight.
Yeah, like a real. Well, they do have a knight. I see.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, give me that and make that more of your logo.
Let me tell me what you think.
Look, I think there should be to every program, and I'll tell you this. To every program, I think you should have 3 types of marketing, whatever. At some point, you should have the letters, okay? You should have the like a Block R, FSU, stuff. Yeah, that.
I think that's cool.
I think you should have the letters are one thing.
They don't play it up enough.
You should have the mascot. So whatever mascot you are, you need to have a formal mascot, right?
Well, how come they don't play this up more? That's my question.
That's what I'm saying. LSU has the tiger, right?
He should have a sword or something.
Oklahoma has the wagon. University of Colorado has
the Boomer Schooner.
The University of Colorado has a buffalo.
Buffalo, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like even like Old Miss. I think it's what is it? Is it Old Miss that has the dog?
Is this not quite cool enough? That's my question.
I think this is cool.
It's on the right path, but they need more to him.
Right. Like the thing I don't like is say like, and I guess you can't really.
He needs a sword, or is that a sword? He does have a sword.
Right. Like the Oregon Duck, right? Like it's more of a caricature. Like Syracuse Orangemen. They got a guy with a big orange head.
That's terrible. I think
for me, like UConn should have an actual husky.
They do.
Right. So that's what I, you know what I mean? Like now you look at like University of Miami. Like in the 80s, they had a lunatic who was playing that guy. He's actually, I just read today, he's the actual guy who played them is the head of their Hall of Fame committee. Like he runs the Hall of Fame at the University of Miami. But he used to get into trouble because he was a lunatic. But that's like a caricature. University of Georgia Bulldogs, they actually have a bulldog.
Right.
Like in my eyes, the Florida
Ugga.
Gators should have an alligator tank in an end zone.
I don't know about that. That might be dangerous.
This is what I'm talking about, though. Like something real.
Forget alligator tank. One thing, but the alligator just run around.
What like Ohio State? What the hell is that?
No,
like
all right. Let's go to all right. So let's shift this conversation. Okay.
Like Michigan should have a real Wolverine.
That might be dangerous. All right. So let's shift it. Who has the best, not logo you see on paper, but like actual mascot at the game?
I love Florida State.
The Seminoles #1 in your opinion.
That dude, when he rides out on a real horse, right, and stabs the spear into the 50.
Awesome.
Let's go.
Awesome. All right. Who would you say is the second best one?
I like Oklahoma.
The Boomer Schooner. The Midwesterners. I mean, the settlers. I like it. I'm gonna give you one. I don't necessarily like the. I'm not a fan of this program, but I think they got a great one. USC.
Yes, that's
what the Scarlet Knight should be for Rutgers, right?
I'll give you one.
But doesn't that guy do an awesome job? He takes the sword, he throws it down. He's a Trojan.
Right, and like you said, that same thing at FSU. He rides to the 50, spikes the spear.
Yeah, like that guy should spike. Like he should spike the sword. No,
I'll give you one. Texas.
Bevo, baby. I was just gonna say that's a great one. Bevo.
And then you got Buffalo.
Troy likes Ferdinand better.
Not Buffalo. I'm sorry. Colorado with the buffalo.
Another awesome one. Top 10 easily.
You know, and you go around and you kind of think about programs and what they could do.
LSU has Mikey the
FX.
Tiger. LSU is Mikey the Tiger.
Right.
He's
like,
in the K.
What about like
War Eagle, Auburn?
And where are most of these schools we're talking about?
SEC, Pac-10, or whatever.
What are like? Now look, does Ohio State counter this with the way their band is and dotting the I? Is that tie into this, or is that different?
That's the best bands.
Does anybody else even have a band?
Like they're not, but they're probably number 10 because I would go Grambling,
right,
Southern.
Right, absolutely. Like what does like a like you're just thinking about, you know, you think about the ability for programs to do certain things like this, you know what I mean? Like what other programs do we think, I'll switch the question a little bit. What programs do we think could do something like this and make it boom?
Ooh, I like them. By the way, I was just thinking about the Mountaineer. I like the Mountaineer too.
The West Virginia.
Yeah.
Yes.
The guy, I don't know if he does anything per se, but
doesn't matter. His
outfit
there.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So what teams could potentially have a great one, but don't?
I'm thinking you could do something cool at Arizona State. A Sun Devil.
What do they have? I don't even know.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Their mascot's more of a caricature. It's a cool drawing, but I don't know if you could physically do something.
Their uniforms are cool. It's like they have like a cartoon kind of guy.
Right, but it's cool. He's got the pointy tail, the horns. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but you like him as a person.
How would you make him into something real?
Good point.
E. Bryant 34 here says no Oklahoma, Oregon. Yeah, I like Oregon. I like everything about Oregon, but their duck is like a caricature. It reminds me of like Daffy Duck.
The same thing with like the Bruins, UCLA. They don't have an actual Bruin.
Right.
But why is that? Obviously, it's probably pretty hard to tame.
Right. Like you're thinking about a Wisconsin, you're thinking about a bat.
That'd be cool though if UCLA had a bear. I'll take you one more, even better. I'll take you one more. Alabama doesn't really do much with theirs.
An elephant.
Right. Wouldn't that be cool if they had an elephant? They wouldn't be able to control it. But
like I said, Florida State or like Florida, if they had a gator.
Oh my God, the gator would be just uncontrollable.
Like now I'm starting to like, you know, I'm going through.
Yeah, I'm
whatever.
just looking.
Like Nebraska, the Cornhuskers. What's that? That's more of a caricature, correct?
Right, he's a farmer.
Right. What the hell is Penn State? A Nittany lion. If they had a mountain lion or something like that, that'd be pretty cool. But I don't even think they have a mascot.
Well, it's a mountain lion. The Nittany lion.
But formally.
No, I don't think so. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think so. I need a coffee.
If they had a panther.
Oh, I need a coffee. Yeah, I just think some of these wild animals are going to be tough. But
what's a gamecock?
I think a gamecock's a bird. No,
Clemson Tigers.
What is a gamecock? A bird? Hey, I'm right. It's a bird. I don't think they have that there. Clemson Tiger. They definitely don't have a tiger. But I've been to LSU and they do have a tiger. They don't bring him in. They don't bring him in the stadium, but he's in his own cage.
You got Rutgers, Scarlet Knight, Syracuse Orangeman.
Orangeman. I don't know
what Boston College?
It was an Orangeman originally.
Yeah, isn't it like?
Isn't it a Native American?
That's what I thought. Well, they've spun away from it if it is, because you wouldn't. If we're questioning it,
right? Because they're calling it an Orangeman. It's a big orange now.
Right. It's like somebody with an. It's
literally, it's an orange. I'm looking at it. It's an orange. But it has to originally have been a Native
College.
What?
What's Boston College?
Boston College.
That's kind of bad. One of us should know that.
What is their mascot?
Man, we just lost Jeopardy bad.
Oh my God, it's an eagle.
That could be cool.
I think they do have an eagle at it, if I'm not mistaken, to be honest.
How about the worst one?
But they don't play it up, though.
How about the worst one? Maryland, you're a turtle. Imagine that thing trying to get to the 50.
Syracuse Orangemen, they could have Donald Trump as their mascot.
That's terrible.
He's orange. No? That would be the hype. That'd be hype.
I'll just get a Real Housewife of New Jersey.
They might not get too many people showing up then. Or they may get a lot of people showing up. You never know. Okay, so let's see. It's one or the other. I lost it. I'm losing it. Okay. Well, I'm trying to find another
Maryland Terrapins. You got a turtle.
That one's just not a good mascot, period.
Horrific. I'm literally going through all the colleges in my head. I'll give you another field that I like. North Carolina.
Oh, we're wrong. On the Orangemen.
What is it?
Okay, you ready? This is wild. I would have never.
Learn something new every day on the kitchen sink.
So the Orangemen are of the Orange Order, which was a Protestant fraternal organization. I don't know how that became. That's what an Orangeman is. Yes, a member of the secret society organized in north of Ireland in 1795 to defend the British sovereign and to support the Protestant religion. A Protestant Irishman, especially of Ulster, is an Orangeman. The Loyal Orange Institution, commonly known as the Orange Order, is an international Protestant fraternal order based in Northern Ireland. It also lodges in England, Scotland, and the Republic of Ireland, as well as through the British Commonwealth and the United States.
There's your history lesson for the day.
I did not know that. I stand corrected on what I thought it was. And it also makes you think, like, there's so much stuff with, Native American mascots, but this is an Irish mascot. It's not thought of negatively. Interesting. Very, very interesting. That was interesting. I did not expect that at all. I expected to say there was but I guess, you know what? If it was, they probably would have changed it already. So,
right. Most of those schools are out, and it's
so
over.
here's what's so stupid. Why is their mascot an orange?
Maybe that was the easiest transition.
See, it's interesting. Oh, and they're called the Syracuse Orange now. They're no longer the Orangemen.
Right, because it can't be men.
In 2004, Syracuse Orange Men and Orange Women lost their genders and became known simply as the Syracuse Orange. It's a generally accepted error to think that the recently deposed athletic made a decision on that. Interesting. Okay. All right. So the other two hires that are really interesting are Detroit Lions hiring a guy with the same last name as a guy from Iowa State. But I can't think of his name. And then, right? Campbell. Is that right? No, or is that the Lions? No. Lions. The Lions hired Campbell. And then the
Eagles went and hired the offensive coordinator from Indianapolis.
Interesting. Okay. And then one of the arguments was that one of the guys don't call their offense. I think it's Indianapolis, and they were saying, why not Bieniemy?
Because Frank Reich is there.
Right. So Bieniemy they asked Bieniemy, "Do you want to be a head coach?" He said, "Yes, I'd like to be a head coach." And it's so like I'd love to interview player personnel as to why they chose one person over another.
Why he's nowhere to be found?
Yeah, like
I don't understand. For 2 years in a row now, he's basically been the number one guy, and yet we see all these other guys getting hired that it's like, where's this guy?
Weird.
Not to mention he's a minority hire.
Right. And there hasn't the Jets hired.
Does that have something to do with it in the fact that are they interviewing him to fulfill the Rooney Rule?
Oh, and then they're not really interested.
They're just because
so that's the one issue with the Rooney Rule. One of the issues.
It's one of the things that really pisses me off.
That's an issue of it because someone like Bieniemy could get interviewed over and over again, and they may not even have an interest in him.
They're just interviewing to interview.
Right. And it'd be better for him. It'd be better for him to spend his time on teams that actually were interested in him, right?
Now, I'm pretty sure he interviewed with every open job.
No, I'm saying but if you're putting your effort into getting the job, right? Sometimes interviewing at every job, like say you have 10 interviews. I'll just use that as an example. Say you have 10. Let's not even say 10. Let's say 5 interviews for jobs. Okay. And you have to figure out what each place is like. You got to do the research, blah, 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 right? Or you have 2 interviews. Okay. Now, the chances, quote unquote, are lower of getting a job, but you could put a lot more effort into putting yourself into a good position at those 2 jobs that you interviewed at. Does that make sense? Or am I crazy?
Yeah, it's the whole Rooney Rule thing is just, it pisses me off because to force somebody to interview someone just because they're a minority is, in my eyes, asinine. If you're up for a job and you're qualified enough, here you go.
Right.
I don't understand it. Do you think NFL teams want to lose? Like, they're going to try and find the best possible candidate everywhere. Don't force something on me.
I agree with that, but more of it is, I think, more of it, I think, is that they're trying to get 2 things happen. They do get experience in interviewing that maybe
Correct.
They would not have gotten.
And I get that.
And they're trying to get some level of equality of opportunity. Now, I don't know if it's achieved in that manner, but I guess that's the quote-unquote design of it. Oh, my
God, another one. I'm going to start counting them.
What, yawning?
Yeah. I actually find myself trying to read the titles of the books.
Do you see one?
And see if they're actually titles. I think the one says Dark Dude. It's right there. It would be over your left ear. If you pointed right here on your left ear, it literally says dark. Nope, the other side. Yeah.
No, it doesn't. It says
go here.
It says
Dark Dude. Jackson Kane says it's a waste of everyone's time if the employer has no actual interest in hiring the employee. But
right.
Like, I would relate it at a lower level. It's like, look, I went to school with this kid's father. I'm going to take him for an interview just then. He's not going to get hired, but at least I'll give him interviewing experience.
Right. This book right here is My Plain Jane.
I can't. I just can't. Look, and that one's To Kill a Mockingbird. And look, there is The Crucible, Canterbury Tales,
Where's that
but
one? That
I'm
one.
not. I'm like 1984.
Where's 1984?
I'm making this stuff up.
Oh,
I'm just The Odyssey. I'm going through all the books we had to read in school. What else? The Giver.
this one says Wreck It All.
That's the book you bought for Troy for Christmas.
Wreck It Ralph. What happened to Wreck It Ralph?
Right.
Chris something Hart.
Oh, look at your phone. Squirrels.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, man.
Look, I'll tell you one thing. When I was younger,
yeah, Mr. Bryan got it's good. I didn't even see all the stuff.
Yeah, I try to. Don't you don't hear me when I try and say things like, "Oh, so and so."
Hey, Mr. Bryan said my Donald Trump was funny.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. At a younger age, I can remember putting in for head coaching football jobs that, look, I was so not ready to do it, but I would still put in order to see, if I got interviews, great. It was, one, it was interview experience. Two, it was networking. I did that a lot, and I've only kind of developed that stuff moving forward. I got my big head coaching binder with do's and don'ts and all that kind of stuff that I've compiled through the years and whatnot. So I do see one angle where interview experience is excellent. But at the same time, like after a while, what are you doing? How come? Is there a reason? Maybe he's not a good interviewer. I find that hard to believe.
I find it hard to believe.
I find that hard to believe that he could apply for 6 of these jobs and no one was willing to pull a trigger on him.
The only thing that could happen is, having been a head coach for a long time and interviewed many times in different positions.
I'm sure you've been through it all too. One-on-one interviews, panel interviews.
Most of the time, your chances are higher of success if it's somebody that's familiar with you.
Of course, this whole thing is networking.
But that's my only thing. Maybe Eric Bieniemy. I got to look at his resume. Maybe Eric Bieniemy's network is not as familiar with him personally as they might be with.
How often do you get hired? And this is a general question. It's not directed directly at you. How often does someone get hired where there isn't some, what's the word I'm looking for? Knowing of that person or some relationship?
Well, I'll be honest.
For you personally, I think you're a rarity.
Only happened once that the person, they knew me well.
That's what I'm saying. I think you're a rarity in
the other times. It was they knew of me, and they knew people that knew me.
I think that's what I'm saying. How many times is there some?
But I didn't know them per se.
Right.
But they knew people that knew me, or I could refer them to people that they knew well that knew me. I did not know that they knew them well until you had the conversation. But I can tell you that if there wasn't a familiarity somehow, whether I knew it or not, with me, I'm pretty sure I wasn't getting the job at any of those positions, even if I was a finalist. Because if you're completely in the dark on someone, even if you really, really like them in a coaching position, it's still unlikely that you will choose them. So I think that's the deal. Like if they have somebody that and I agree with, and I've been named head coach 4 times.
3 scheduled currently. Only one who knows of me, but some know of my references.
That's the case. If they know your reference, if you have a
good
reference,
luck, man. Good luck, Jackson. Go get him.
Jackson, if this person knows the guy I don't know deserves a shot at job.
If this person I know and likes. Are you local, Jackson? Where are you, buddy?
I don't think so.
No, I would think.
Yeah, good luck. So I do think I think a big part of it is if they know some of your references. That's a huge part to it. So
Well, here, I look at this, right?
that kind of
1, 2, 3, 4. In the 5 jobs I've gotten, okay? The first one, I played for the head coach. The second one, my best friend was the offensive coordinator. The third one, I played for the head coach. Now the fourth one, I played for the head coach, and this one, I knew you extensively, I guess.
Oh yeah, definitely had to give you a leg up.
But what was interesting is we had never worked together formally as coaches.
No, but I've learned to over my experience, learn to get better at vetting people I know and who would work out with me.
Right.
That took time, many years. You have
to develop that.
Let's see,
Nashville, Tennessee. What's going on at the University of Tennessee, Jackson?
Maybe Jackson wants to bring you on board if he gets it.
I love how you put it on me. I think you do that so that I get a job and then I have to hire you, and then it gives you a reason. And then and then it doesn't look like you're searching or reaching for your dream outside of New Jersey so you could, make some cash.
That would only be he likes the AD hire. I agree. We agree. We think
okay. So. We got to try. Now we have an insider.
So what I think, so my first, let's see. Actually, if you're an AD, that might be a different story. Yeah, maybe I would. Maybe I'd push you somewhere. No, if you were
hiring you.
Of course you would. You have the greatest times with me as your
I'd hire you as my marketing guy.
What? I wouldn't be your marketing guy in a high school. What do you need a marketing guy for?
We're going to Texas, dude. This is big time. You don't have to coach any on the field stuff.
Why would I not want to coach?
I didn't say you didn't. I'm trying to make your life easier and get you all the money you want without all the headaches.
I don't want my life easier.
If you want headaches, then let's go.
If I wanted my life easier, I wouldn't be a coach. I don't have to coach.
You'd be in sales. You would be the guy on Wolf of Wall Street, Matthew McConaughey. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You want to know how I used to close sales back in the day?
That's you. Mm-hmm.
You want to know how I used to close big ticket sales back in the day at Tech?
Penny stocks, baby.
No, I mean, how I close big sales?
How?
We go get ourselves a slice of pizza.
That's it. But I don't know. How's the pizza in Nashville?
Well, when I lived in New York.
So if you go to Texas, what do? Do you go get like
you know what I used to do in Hoboken? When I lived in Hoboken, for deals I was doing for NUC, I'd meet them in a diner.
Oh yeah, that's money.
You gotta see when you go to the fancy restaurants.
Yeah, you're there's a persona and a way you're supposed to. You can't be loose.
You can't be loose, man. You can't talk.
Right, you go to a diner and get some disco fries. Let's rock.
You go to a diner, you eat something, you have a conversation, you have a coffee.
Right, you don't start talking business right away.
Yeah, you get to know them better. Or when I was in the city, it used to be to get a slice of pizza, talk. They'd be eating their pizza. I'd be eating my pizza, this great pizza right here. My go-to in New York City back in the day was this place called Two Boots.
So would you be, is this wrong to say that you were like an episode of Friends? That's the life you lived, your apartment, and then you went downstairs in the city and had a coffee shop?
I live by myself.
See, I'm sorry, but I'm so jealous because that would, to me, living by myself would be, I'm such that person, an antisocial human. I know a lot of people see me and I can talk and whatever, but I love being alone. It's amazing. Sorry, Jen, but it's phenomenal. Silence is so golden.
Yes, in Texas, you would get brisket. Barbecue, 100%. You've never had brisket?
I don't know what it is, so I don't know if I had it. It's
Barbecue,
like meat,
man.
Oh, it's like meat.
It's meat. You've had it.
I guess.
You never had brisket?
Apparently not.
Have you ever had barbecue? Like
I put barbecue sauce on a lot of things.
No, like barbecue, like.
I guess not.
I'm gonna take you somewhere.
Yeah, like where do we go? Like tell me where we go.
Well, in Red Bank, there's a place called something Smoke or something.
Well, let's go. I'm down. I'm sure I'd like it. I love barbecue.
I wonder if there's a Mission barbecue around here. They're all over the. Man, you let's see if there's a Mission barbecue. I think they're at.
What's the go-to in what's the go-to?
There is I'll take you to this. Listen, I'm gonna take you. It's a little bit west of here. I didn't know if they had one here, but they do. You got to go to this.
Well, and you're on a diet.
I'll take you. No, I'll step away from my diet. Oh, let me see.
What's the go-to? Oh, Jackson says it's a type of barbecue. I'd say Texas is brisket. Memphis pulled pork.
Yeah, Memphis.
I'll eat pulled pork. That's phenomenal.
I like the Memphis dry rub. Rib.
Like if we're listen, if we're in New Jersey, you say our go-to food would be like Italian, right? Like pizza.
Yeah, pizza.
Right. So like if I'm in, I guess I'm asking Jackson, if I'm in Tennessee, what's my go-to food?
Barbecue.
It's barbecue. Okay.
And I have a great barbecue spot for you.
And what is it like if I was in California? What is it like? Lettuce, tofu.
Maybe Mexican too. Mexican food is fantastic in Southern California.
He said barbecue, the west side of the state. Nashville, everyone's all about hot chicken.
Hot chicken's awesome.
Listen, is there any other type of chicken?
No, you got to see it, man. Oh, you don't have TikTok. They have a whole thing on how to make hot chicken.
What the hell is hot chicken?
Oh man,
like I said, is there a difference? Like, do I get cold chicken?
No, it's spicy. It's spicy.
Oh, okay. So it's got some some Frank's hot sauce on it or something. Is this really that bad? Like, am I supposed to know all this stuff, or I'm just not cultured?
You're not cultured.
I'm very
that. You're not cultured.
Secluded.
What?
I'm very closed in when it comes to food. Listen, when I worked in West Orange, man, a Jamaican jerk chicken is phenomenal.
But jerk chicken's great, yeah.
I used to love my Jamaicans on my team. They would cook that up. I love that aspect of it. Like different cultures warrant different foods, obviously. Oh, here, look. Jackson's giving us some spots to go to.
I'm gonna give you a spot, Jackson, in Nashville. Okay, and I don't know if it's still good. I think it's still there.
He said it's so hot you feel like you're high.
Yeah, it's so hot, but it's great. It is great. I'm gonna give you a good. Has he ever been to Judge Bean's barbecue? I'm curious what he thinks of that.
I don't know. The chat's right there.
A friend of mine owns that. Judge Bean. In Brentwood. It's in Brentwood.
Is that a section of Nashville, I'm guessing?
It's like a suburb. It's a suburb. Ooh, if you come here, go to Bolton's Hot Chicken. Yeah, try out Judge Bean's. It's really good. Brentwood.
So like if somebody was visiting us here in New Jersey, where are you going to tell them to go eat?
If they're coming on the shore?
No, say like North Jersey.
Oh, I would take them to some pizza. I'd take them to Pizza Town in Elmwood Park.
That's that's a good spot. My mouth's watering.
Pizza Town in Elmwood Park, you could get pizza that's great. Pizza's great. They have unbelievable meatball sub, unbelievable Italian sub, unbelievable calzone. Best calzone I've ever had.
I think I'm
Best Applebee's I've ever had.
I'm a low-key Italian sub guy. Like you give me a good Italian sub.
Yeah. I'm not a huge Italian sub guy, but their Italian sub is out of this world. The bread, man. I wonder.
All right, now what about down here since we've relocated?
down here, my favorite place down here of all places.
I'm not gonna lie, and it's a little Brooklyn Square.
We wanted to go to Brooklyn Square. It was closed.
Dude.
That's Jackson, right?
Yes. There's also one right here.
Eric's been to Brooklyn Square.
You got to get the Sicilian, dude.
I heard it's unbelievable.
It's like, I mean, look, Barstool did a review on it.
I saw it. That's why we wanted to go. And it wasn't
now there's another one that's here in Toms River as like their number 2 store. And I'm telling you right now, their white slice
is good. There's another one in Marlboro or Manalapan too.
It's good.
I like what do you think down here? Let me just take a quick thought.
This is what I love too, because when recruiting is actually happening, not in a pandemic, and these coaches come here, like it's funny because you see some of them tweet like, "Can't wait to get to so and so I can get a slice of pizza," or you know what I mean. Like I think that's fun.
So, pizza down here is not as good.
Oh, of course not.
No. The place I like, but not everybody else around me likes it as much, is Brothers. I like Brothers a lot, which is
what's the one by school that everybody swears by? Gianni's?
It's okay. It's good. It's all right.
Solid.
It's okay.
A lot of people around here like Danino's.
Danino's?
They do thin.
Oh, really?
I'll tell you what. One of the best pizza places, and we're talking thin bar
I
pie.
ate at Danino's. Where's that? What town is that?
It's Brick, right on Manilokin Road.
Maybe I drove by. Maybe
the place I like is Ramsey Kinchley's, right up from Bosco.
Yeah.
Bar pie.
Is that over in New York or
no? It's right in Ramsey. That's a good spot. I'm for that. But I think that's cool. I literally wanted to teach. I had an idea a couple years ago to teach history through food. I thought it would be an extremely interesting class where you could relate certain things in history and the food and culture and all that type of stuff. I thought it could all tie in. It would be really cool. But that was just one. Because, I mean, if you go travel our country, right?
Yes.
Every place you go is something different.
I'm going to give you a show. Do you have Netflix?
Listen, yeah. Look, crab cakes from Maryland, lobster from Maine, pizza from New Jersey, obviously brisket from Texas, Mexican food from wherever. You know what I'm saying? Like certain things in different places warrant
You know a place I like, but it's not obviously right now. Maybe it is open again. I like in Seabright. I like Tommy's Tavern.
Okay.
Have you been there?
No.
It's good. Tommy's is good. It's huge. Great atmosphere. That's probably where
how much does atmosphere play into
the
a place like that?
You can get anything there too. And it's like a huge place. But atmosphere, I mean, usually I go with my family, but I still like the atmosphere.
Because still have an atmosphere with a family. It doesn't get shut down just because Troy's running around under the table. Give him an iPad.
Literally run around. Literally. I got to give you this show because I think you'll love it. Where is it? It's on Netflix right now. And it's I'm
telling you, for everybody out there, if you have it and can, right? And I already told you about it. The new Tiger Woods documentary. It's a 2-part documentary that was just released on HBO. Hour and a half each. Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
If you can, some way, shape, or form, watch it. That and the CC Sabathia one.
Let me see if this is it.
So good.
All right, this is it. Ready? This is the guy. This is the show, and I think you'll like it. It's called Chef's Table, which is like a series they normally have, but it's specifically Chef's Table barbecue.
And it's Netflix?
Yeah, let me just make sure I'm right. Because
Jackson, if you ever come to Jersey, dude, you can get some well, I guess what are we supposed to call it now? Because we're down here. Pork roll. I believe it will always be Taylor ham to me.
Taylor ham, egg, and cheese, man.
That's it, bro. I'm not an everything bagel guy though. Give me a pumpernickel bagel.
I like everything. You should listen. I'm gonna tell you. Watch this and tell me if you don't love it. Chef's Table Barbecue. Okay. The stories are so cool. Like the one guy is in Australia and he's like this renowned barbecue chef and he cooks with fire, like the way.
Listen, I would love to see what the
North Carolina barbecue is a big deal.
What's that?
North Carolina barbecue.
Right. I think the South. Where is like I want to go and do Louisiana gumbo crawfish. Cajun. I want to try that.
Did I tell you my crawfish story?
Yeah, but I'm saying, that's I'm referring. I want to do that.
That was fun.
I would love to try some Cajun food. Gumbo, right? Because gumbo is like what? It's like a Swedish sausage type of thing.
My favorite place in New Orleans. I mean, there are higher end.
I've never had crawfish or any of that.
Yeah, so crawfish. There's places that are off the. We found this place that was kind of off the.
Which makes it even better.
Yeah, someone told us it was off the beaten path, and it was like this.
You might get a little scared in Cajun country.
Yeah, we're driving. We're like, where are we going? And then all of a sudden, it's like this place.
Like, I'd like to try alligator or crocodile, whatever you can eat. I'd like to try
Florida.
that.
I've had alligator in Florida.
Yeah, Florida's an interesting spot too, brother.
I've had alligator in Florida.
But here's the thing: like, you can go, like, we can go to Union City and get some of the best Cuban food probably in the country. Because it's got one of the highest. It's the second highest Cuban pizza. What's that?
Cuban pizza in Montclair.
Oh, that place is phenomenal. Love Cuban pizza. Jackson says Kansas City's got good barbecue. Louisiana / New Orleans, the food makes them feel hungover.
Right, well, it's heavy. But so I can't remember the place we went for crawfish. If this is years ago. I told you about the one place that was on like right off the highway that the town had like 7 houses, but it was a famous place. But there was a place I go to in downtown New Orleans in what do they call the main area there? Bourbon Street. It's called Oyster House.
I've never had oysters.
So it's called Oyster House, right? They have these different oysters, like Oyster Rockefeller. That was the first time I had Oyster Rock. But they had all kinds of great stuff. And then I got oysters.
Hey, on Football in the Kitchen Sink, food.
I got oysters and Oyster House is great. I got oysters and I got I can't remember the steak I got, but it's on the corner there and it's like 1 block off of like Bourbon Street, so it's always crowded, but it's got this like New Orleans just cool feel to it. It's like open and I don't know.
Atmosphere, man.
Yeah, but there are places that have more atmosphere. That place is like a place that like you could just chill out.
Right.
I don't know if you like to. That's why when I was young,
some of it might be too social for me.
When I was young in New Orleans, I was at the crazy spots. As I got older, I would go to like Oyster House or I never got to eat at the Commander's Palace. That's
as you matured, we could say.
Well, I matured enough to know that I don't want to be in the craziness.
DoorDash busy again. Sorry.
So, anyway, did the Eagles and the Lions have their answer?
Listen, if you can right now, pull up.
I knew you were gonna say.
Pull up Campbell's interview.
What's his name? Dave Campbell?
Dan, I think. He was a Giants tight end for a while, brother. You got some music going?
What happened? Is this
some music going?
Oh, that's upstairs. Yeah. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
It's not me, but they're having a good time, it sounds like. It's one of Troy's favorite songs. Why Are You Always in a Mood?
Oh.
It's like, why are you always in a mood? Start singing it. Okay. I think you heard me. It's coming down. What's up, bud? Sing it, Troy. Let me see if I get this vibe here. I don't know if you hear it.
Knock us down. We're going to get up, and on the way up, we're going to.
I hear it.
All right, and we're going to stand up, and then it's gonna take 2 more shots to knock us down. All right, and on the way up, we're going to.
Oh, let me see if I get it better.
Can I see your back?
Long.
There we go.
You know, hey, we're going to win this many games. I can't. But none of that matters, and you guys don't want to hear it anyway. You've had enough of that shit. So excuse my language. All right. Here's what I do know is that this team is going to take on the identity of this city. All right. And this city's been down, and it found a way to get up. All right. It's found a way to overcome adversity. All right. And so this team's going to be built on, we're going to kick you in the teeth. All right. And when you punch us back, we're going to smile at you. And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off. All right. And we're going to stand up. And then it's going to take 2 more shots to knock us down. All right. And on the way up, we're going to take your other kneecap, and we're going to get up. And then it's going to take 3 shots to get us down. And when we do, we're going to take another hunk out of you. Before long, we're going to be the last one standing. All right. That's going to be the mentality.
Yeah. So what do you think of that?
See, we're different. To me, that makes me want to go put on eye black and run through a wall. To you, it says, whatever, buddy, you're gone in a year.
These are NFL players.
And he's an NFL player.
Hey, Troy, we got to do homework. Let's go.
Nicole, what's your favorite kind of food?
He can't hear because I have my headphones.
Oh,
Derek wants to know what your favorite kind of food is.
Huh?
Your favorite food.
My favorite food?
Yeah.
like anywhere. She's cultured. She's been like places.
Yeah.
Seafood and Italian.
Seafood or Italian?
Yeah, that's very general. Like it's something.
Lobster.
So she's one of those.
Oh, yeah, she's definitely. Yeah. Although I do like lobster too. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm definitely a what?
Oh
What?
yeah, you got to tell her now. I called her bougie.
Oh, she said you're bougie. That's all.
Oh, whatever. Come on, Troy.
She said whatever.
I know because she knows me. What type of Italian food though? Like, what's her go-to?
What's
Not
your
just like,
What's your-
steak, too.
not just like pasta in a bowl.
Yeah. Well, what kind of Italian do you like?
The library looks nice.
What kind of Italian do I like?
Yeah, Troy likes my library.
Well, who wouldn't? There's a lot of books.
Troy, let's go.
Nicole doesn't like my library.
It's a little
Like I don't either. It kind of creeps me out. I feel like you're sitting in the end of an aisle. Like, is she gonna order like chicken parm?
You said the F word.
What did I say?
Troy just said Bobby said the F word.
Oh, she did. Oh boy.
What did he say?
All right, Troy, before you go, your favorite food.
Oh,
Since this is our head, I'll give you 2 things: your favorite regular food and your favorite dessert. Go, get in the screen so you can see it.
Would I like to do that, please?
No, you're not gonna say
hop on a book.
Okay, go ahead. All right, into the mic, my friend. Into the mic.
My favorite dessert is cookies and cream.
Ice cream.
Milkshake.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. And then what's your and then your favorite regular food?
I did tricky.
Pizza?
Cheeseburger?
I got it.
Mac and cheese.
Secret. I'll tell you 1 second.
Chicken nuggets.
Pizza?
I'm gonna come back. Turkey.
Turkey.
Like Thanksgiving turkey.
Can you hear Derek? What do you
Like
say?
Thanksgiving turkey or like turkey sandwich
Like
or
a turkey sandwich? You want to sell a turkey sandwich or like an actual turkey?
Actual turkey.
An actual turkey meat. Wow. A turkey for a turkey.
That's interesting.
All right, kid, you're out of here. Good job. Great job once again.
I want to hear.
Go. Well, we're in the.
Careful, you might knock over a book.
Your segment's over. Great job on your segment. You're like a guest segment guy. You know, like when they have like Fox and they have the guy on
Who
and
doesn't want to leave?
he's there for like 30 seconds and he's trying to keep talking, but they kind of like say, "Yeah, that's great having you. We'll see you next time."
Nicole's just trying to cook like chicken parm or something. Like, leave her alone.
What's that? No, you got to go, bub. Good job. Good job. Remember
That'll
last
be
time-
right up. Don't worry about it.
I went to your library.
There was like I had to cut it out of the episode. First time I had to do editing on her episode.
Poor Nicole. She just deals with you. It's
Troy,
like
Troy,
ridiculous.
I grabbed the phone and Troy. I ripped it out of him because he was kind of misbehaving, and this is when you were not on that day.
And just
and-
melee.
So I blame you for this. And then he as I grabbed it away, he fell off the thing. I'm like, I don't know if I can have that out of the pocket. I got to pull
Do you
that
think
off.
it's really turkey?
No, I don't, because he does have turkey sandwiches
That's what I'm saying.
for
I love
lunch.
a good turkey sandwich.
Me too. I think he doesn't know. I don't know if he knows what we mean by turkey, or he knows what a turkey. I don't think he knows the difference between. If
He's
you
not
put it in front of him, he would know it. But
That's good. Like he's not just eating like mac and cheese or chicken nuggets.
he does eat mac and cheese and chicken nuggets, but he
I
doesn't
think
love
everything.
chicken. He's not like a. He likes chicken nuggets, but
He'll eat food.
Yes.
Like if you give him something, say, Troy, try this.
I'm surprised he didn't say what his favorite food is, because this he eats more than anything else. You know what it is? And it's all the time, every day. Chocolate milk. You want to get your child. Now I'm not saying that
Don't do this.
there's a lot of people don't like giving their kids too much milk because sometimes people have like, I don't know if they're allergic to it, but like they don't handle it well, maybe
Right.
But if your kid handles it well,
Milk.
and I'm telling you, my kid's growing like a weed.
Yeah.
And the kid he eats, I'm not saying he doesn't eat, he don't eat that much, but he drinks chocolate milk like it's his job. Literally. Like
It
it's
could
his
be
job.
worse. He could be like, like in other things, like I don't know, like drinks that aren't good for you. Like to me, what's wrong with chocolate milk? Like,
Nothing. I just
that's what I'm saying. Like
he's
he
been
could be
drinking
like-
it since he was
like he could be like iced tea or soda.
Oh,
or,
he likes
you know what I
iced
mean?
tea, but chocolate milk's number one.
yeah. I don't know if I've ever seen my niece or nephew drink soda.
Oh, thanks, Jackson. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that was good. He looks like a young pup now.
Yeah, but sometimes,
I know.
I have some pictures. You might think I'm 25.
Well, I'm just saying, there's some
Because they were pictures from when I was 25.
Yeah, you're ridiculous. Oh boy! All right, let's wrap this thing up.
Well, there was one other thing I had to cover, and I forgot to get. I don't think we got
The
to.
Eagles hire?
Who?
The Eagles hire? Was that what you were looking for? Because it was not the two names.
I don't know who it is. I don't know anything about him, so I can't really discuss
That's
him.
what I was saying. I'm gonna have to do some research. We're gonna have to get back to it tomorrow.
But what about and then Gary Kubiak? But that's more like a footnote.
And didn't he have some health issues anyway when he was still? You know what I mean? I thought he had some issues moving forward.
Yeah, I see. I think the Lions coach, if what he's doing works, great. If it doesn't, it's gonna be short.
My thing is, look, it's Detroit, it's the Lions. Nothing else has worked. What the hell?
Wasn't Matt Millen didn't he come in talking like that?
Look, you had Matt Patricia come in talking like that.
Did
If
he? I don't
Austin
remember.
Scientists can't win there.
Well, that's to
He
do
get
with
another job. How come his name's not being mentioned anywhere as a DC?
Matt Patricia.
Yeah.
Why would it be?
Wasn't he phenomenal before he went to the Lions?
Oh, he'll surface somewhere as a DC eventually.
He's just gonna cash his check sitting on the couch. He might need to lose some weight.
Why did he get heavier?
Yeah.
Really?
I think so. Who am I to talk? But
Well, I'm getting
it's
slimmer.
hard to
so.
be in that. Look, Rex Ryan lost all that weight, and now it's all back on.
Is it really? I didn't even seen him.
Yeah, he's on ESPN in the mornings.
And he gained all his weight back.
Looks like it's all back. They bust him all the time. Like Rex can't button that button anymore, huh?
Oh, that's terrible.
And he's just a lunatic. So
He is a lunatic, dude. His brother, Rob Ryan, is it?
yeah, he's nowhere to be found in years.
Dude,
Since the Cowboys, right?
He would be closing at the NFL Combine. He'd be closing those places down. He had the long flowing locks.
And refused to cut it.
Funny. Really, really, really funny. It's too bad about that NFL comment because some of the best like networking thing I've ever had was at the NFL combine.
Try to text them next door. Yeah. No, I get it. I mean, you can see it's just that atmosphere.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, this was a good show. We went like sideways. And
we went history. We went history, food, mascots. Man, we were all over the place.
How about Kardashian? Is she divorcing?
Yeah, I told you this days ago.
I can't believe that.
Who's going to pay more? Who makes more money?
Man, Kanye, man. They just kind of
got 7 on the side. So what's the difference? Just like
I don't.
Both of them probably have 10 others, and it's not like their options are limited.
Wait, you think that he? Wait. All right, I believe that he might have some on the side. Do you think she has stuff on the side? Really? Come on.
Look, if
who's the best looking Kardashian in your opinion?
Her. I love her.
Kim?
I have since day one.
How about the youngest one?
Nah, they were like too young when I was.
I know they were kids. Like
for me, it's like you know.
Yeah, they still seem
the one
young.
that and I don't like the Chloe one because she was something and now she's a totally different human being. Like you can't just that's just.
I think the oldest one's really pretty too,
and she's the biggest.
Well, I don't know. I didn't watch the show, so I don't know what.
Me neither. But Jen is a huge,
Kardashian.
I say all the time that she's a reality TV junkie. But that was her go-to forever. So.
She fights or something? Is that what you're saying? She's always fighting?
She's just a B word.
Is she really?
Yeah, she's the one that swings at Kim all the time. Like they fist fight.
Swing? Like fight?
Yeah, like they fight on that show like more than the two of them swing. Yeah, like wha-bam, like haymakers.
What?
Dude, you got to start YouTube. Look, you watch all these Dion videos. Start watching some Kardashian videos, man. They're hardcore.
I gotta watch that. That's crazy. Is that man?
Yeah.
Before we go, I'll tell you one funny thing. Well, I don't know if it's funny, but when I used to travel all the time for events, I would bring either a new series, like I would bring either it used to be it's not an iPhone, it's they don't have it anymore. It was like it just was a player. iPod? Yes, iPod. The iPod. And I would watch movies on it or shows or movies. So, and then
you had the latest version.
Right. So at the time, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You were the man.
So I watched, so I stumbled upon this show that was famous at the time called Gossip Girl. Okay. I kid you not. I watched the whole thing. I like one season of travel. Like I watched all that. I thought it was so entertaining how these high school kids could like stab each other in the back, all these crazy stuff. And they lived in New York City. And then
like on their own.
And then one time I got stuck watching. I can't remember. Oh, I know what it was. I got stuck and I didn't have my iPod, and the only thing I had was the TV in front of you, and they had on the Housewives of that's a show, right? Housewives.
You pick it. Housewives of New Jersey, Housewives.
It was New York City
County. Oh, with Bethany.
It was New York City. And I watched. I like how you kind of just watch it like it must have been a marathon.
Yeah, and then you go into like a trance.
Right. So
and then you have to keep watching it.
Right. At first, I didn't want to watch it.
Right, like
nothing else for me to watch. So I started watching, and the plane lands, and they're like, "Sir, it's time to." Like I'm sitting there, I'm like, "Oh God, everybody's gone." There wasn't that many people I'm like, "Everybody's gone." They're like, "Sir, you got to go." I'm like, "Oh,
wait, it's almost."
I'm like, I'm never gonna watch this show again as soon as I leave here. I just want to know what happens. I'm like, I'll never watch it ever.
That's terrific.
And I never did. I watched it that whole plane ride.
That's like so creepy.
And never watched an episode ever again.
Good for you.
But I wanted to see what the heck happened on it. I didn't get to see it, so I couldn't even tell you. I just remember there was like one little blonde lady, and then they had their husbands, and like everybody was all bougie.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, and everything was so dramatic. I guess I don't know.
That's what sets the scene.
Yeah, so I don't know enough about that stuff. I guess I got to get caught up on.
I'm only in it because I got to live it.
I was so shocked by it. I remember. I don't remember. This is many years ago. I don't remember where I was staying. But I said, "Have you ever seen a show called The Housewives?" And like everybody knew it. I didn't even.
Yeah, and you're sitting there like, wait, I was missing out.
I just watched all these episodes.
Crazy.
Anyway, on that note, I'll let you go. Shows you how
kitchen sink, baby. This is what this show is all about. Kitchen sink. Everything under the sun.
Oh, it's hilarious. All right, man. Have a great day.
Later.